Yeah.
So doing 4 arrangements in a 24-hour period or something like that, what's your approach to arranging something like that? Do you have the chord progression laid out and then you just kind of see what happens from there?
Yeah, it's always song to song how I'll handle arranging, but like I use Pro Tools, Logic, and Sibelius for arranging, and I like having, because I started off as a classical player, did that through college, and then freaked out, and then was like, I can't make money as a classical player. You know, I don't want to be an orchestra drone. So I started improvising a ton and just joined a rock band and toured for 10 years. So when I do my arranging, it's kind of a combination of both the academia ivory tower, you sit down and write it out, and I'll strictly use Sibelius. So he'll give me like a really stripped down recording of him just playing guitar, his specific, like his arrangement, like when his verse comes in, his, you know, when he's changing chords, and him singing, and then I'll literally just write out the chart for it. And just be like, okay, so he's doing an A minor 7. Great. Let me see. I'll go through all the theory and figure it out. And then in that mode, like I really love giving each instrument its individual track, its individual voice, and really, because I feel like a lot of arrangers, they'll, especially with pop music, they're great pianists, but they'll look at it as just block chords,
blocks, yeah,
and you're just like, there's no like voice
right
to the individual parts. They're all like kind of like blocky, and it's like
the cello has the root,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I love giving like beautiful little inner melodies to each part. So it's like, so either I'll work that way or I'll just improvise. Like I will take the session, dump it in Pro Tools or Logic, and just play. Like I'll play the violin, the viola, I'll do like a cello part, and kind of see where that lays. And eventually both styles of writing will interweave, because it's like I'll be like, well, I need a really interesting melody line here for this bridge, but it's not coming with me just writing it out in my head. I gotta just, because it's funny, I don't know, I've been playing violin so long, and I think, you know, a lot of other instrumentalists can feel this. Like you get so attached to your instrument, it's like an extension of yourself. And I almost think if I think about playing, I'm a worse player, versus you just let the instrument speak through you. You know, it's a really weird distinction. It's funny because I feel like I write better when I just let the violin speak for itself and I don't tell it what to do. It tells me what it wants to do. So it's interesting. So some of the melody lines that come out are, I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. What did I just do? Like, you know, like, all right, cool. I guess the violin wants to do that. You know, I think one of my favorite stories is actually about the cartoonist Charles Schulz. He, you know, the guy that did Peanuts.
Yeah.
So one of his things is he always talked about, like, when he's coming up with jokes and these like little comic strips every day, one of his favorite things is he would like go to his characters and ask them, like, you know, in some weird, like, compartmentalized, like, you know, I don't know if he was being crazy or not, but I love the idea is he goes to the characters and asks them, like, hey, what should I talk about today? And like, and always, like, if Linus or like Charlie Brown, none of these characters could give him an answer, you know, Snoopy always had like a joke up his sleeve. And I love that idea that the art, it speaks through you, and you're not telling the art what it is. So that's how I do my arranging and like, and writing too, because I don't know, I feel like music is some weird magical sacred thing, you know, and should be treated as such.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I don't know, I think that, hell, I'm gonna be doing music the rest of my life, and that's why.
Yeah, you're having a good start for sure.